I make investments that are gonna make me money, not lose me money. Fucking world is happening. Right, I mean, like, you know, 100 Thieves laid off a shit ton of people. TSM dropped teams, fired people. Like, there's literally, if you, most people just don't follow a lot of the industry stuff that closely, but like, there's quite literally like basically 0 orgs that have not laid off people and dropped teams in different games. Pretty much like doesn't exist. You know, and Siege is like an easy one to drop, right? Because, you know, it's not, you think someone like Nadeshot is losing money. Yeah, it's like an actual fact. They fired like 100 employees because they're losing money.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Yes, you actual fucking moron. All esport orgs operate at a loss. They literally got a bunch of free money from a bunch of different investment groups, and then their only objective was grow as fast as you can. So they all literally lost money and operated at a loss. Pretty much, outside of some like very rare exceptions. But yeah, 100 Thieves is one of the ones losing money. Hence the 100 employees they just laid off like, whatever, a month ago. Their objective was not to make money, it was to grow. That's it. No esport org made money. So, 100 Thieves was good at that. They completed their objective. They were growing basically as fast as possible, right? They created an org that like didn't exist basically out of thin air. That's it. It's very rare that an org will take prize money at like or at least not, what the fuck? At least not very much of it. What in the world, bro? This guy's sitting in the corner. Why wouldn't he be in the corner? The only esport org that's making money is TSM or probably FaZe. Nope. FaZe is publicly traded, they lose money. TSM kind of used to make some money, but not from actual esports. They only made money selling sponsorships because TSM also owns an agency called Icon Media, and Icon Media is what they make money from. They don't make any money from... Oh no.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
If the team is losing money, feel over there, losing very much. What are you even talking about, bro? What in the fucking world are you talking about? Okay. Nadeshot is the CEO of 100 Thieves. He gets a massive salary. He's not really investing his own money. Maybe he invested some. He gets investments from a bunch of other people. Mostly venture capital funds. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally said 100 Thieves is losing money. Then you proceeded to say, no shot, Nadeshot is doing something that's losing money. And I explained to you that it was. Hence the 100 and whatever employees they laid off. And now you're proceeding to completely change it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, fuck it.
5 seconds.
Right. There's no esport orgs that make money on like the basis of like esports, right? They might make money, but it's because of content creators or selling like sponsorships or whatever, something different. It's not from their like teams, per se.
Activating camera.
You either have a very, very poor understanding of even like the most basic business concepts, or you're trolling. It's like can't be real. Holy shit, bro! Like, what the fuck?
One friendly remaining.
No. Bro, I'm like full potatoing
Friendlies have been neutralized.
right now. It's bad. Oh, thank God I'm not playing the main build anymore, though. Alright, let me try to get the new operator. Shaking. My hands are actually free. Oh, I never turned on my fucking heat in my basement. I just need to sleep, dude. I need to fix my fucking. But I'm not going to bed yet. If I go to bed now, my sleep's like I need to stay up every day, like later. I'm going to bed way too early, and I'm waking up too early, and it's fucking me up at night in my main schedule. Anyway, yeah, it's not a scam. There's basically, let's imagine that you have $100 billion that you manage in an investment fund, a venture capital fund. Goal is to make investments to make your investors money. So, you know, you invest in a lot of more normal stuff, stocks, bonds, make, you know, commodities, derivatives, different trades, stuff like that. And you're like, you know what? There's this esports thing, seems to be growing pretty quick. It's a long shot, but you know, they're only asking like 5 mil for like like a big chunk of their like organization. Fuck it, toss them 5 mil.
10 seconds to insert.
They're not expecting to make that money back, like. Don't Dupsy. Like, they're not expecting to make that money back anytime soon. It's literally a long shot.
You must locate
You know.
and defuse a bomb.
Right. They're thinking that, like, it's going to be long term. It could be, like, investing in an NFL team or something like that, right? Why? Why are you so ugly?
Reloading, cover me.
Yeah, hold on. I'm actually curious. Give me 1 sec. No, we're not playing cheaters. We're just, I don't know. My whole team, like, left. Fuck you, loser. Oh my god, man. Just kill me. I don't even care.
One
Just want to
friendly
kill this guy.
operator remaining.
Anyway, yeah, so like that's basically how esports got its money. Now the difference is that the economy is in a much rougher position, right, than it was a year ago, right? Right? So the thing is, when for the past, you know, roughly about 15 years, interest rates were at 0% or near 0%, you needed to invest into different things that were going to increase in value, right? So, you know, you have $100 billion that you manage. Esport org is looking for 5 mil, 10 mil, whatever it is. Not a problem. That's fucking pennies for you. Pennies for you. It's a long shot investment. It might work out well for you. If it does, it could have huge potential gains in the future. And that's it, right? You know, money is near 0% interest, so you get a return on it, cool. If not, you have other investments that are popping off, and that's it, right? So the problem is all these esport orgs took this money and they didn't look for any form of profitability or future profitability for that matter. They all just looked for, I'm going to grow as fast as fucking possible, most followers and fan base and all that kind of stuff, which is what a lot of these, you know, investment firms wanted and stuff. And that's it. That's what they did. They spent all the money inflating salaries to get the best players that did not make any sense whatsoever for what they were paying these players. Gaming houses, production teams, you name it. Basically, they did it to make, you know, to grow their brand and stuff like that. But the problem is with a lot of these orgs is that even when they've like grown their brand, they're not even as like big as like single content creators, right? So how are you gonna make an org that like doesn't even have as big of a fan base as some like really big content creators, right? Like even the biggest orgs have less of a social media following than like a Minecraft YouTuber. Minecraft YouTubers aren't worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So why are these esport orgs, right? Doesn't make sense. And these Minecraft YouTubers are making all the money for themselves, right? That's my whole point. So like we're kind of at the point now where it's like, okay, well now there's no more cheap money, right? Interest rates are high right now. If you want to, you have to borrow money at high cost, or or if you have the money, then you could just be putting it into like treasury notes and still getting like almost 5% nowadays, 4 or 5%, right? So it's the time of reckoning basically, and we're in like a kind of weird. We're actually not in a recession right now, but it feels like we're in one. It feels like we're in one. But people are treating it like it's a recession, at least investment wise. So, yep. That's where we are right now basically. So, mortgage owners are getting fucked in Australia. Like long-term holders or like people who are getting a mortgage now? Yeah, I mean the interest rates are way higher in the US too now than they were. They were like literally like 2% and now they're like 6, 7% or something. Well, in the US, I don't know about other countries because honestly, I don't really like. I mean, I'd assume this is a universal thing, but in the US, you can either get what's called like it's like a fixed mortgage where you pay the same rate for up to 30 years. Your rate doesn't change. Or you can do an ARM, adjustable rate mortgage. You either do fixed rate mortgage or adjustable. And most people before, like when interest rates were cheaper, they did adjustable. Or sorry, they did fixed and they locked in like 2%. And what's it called? But now people are doing like ARMs, which are adjustable, so that hopefully their rates go down eventually. Yeah. What's on, Sir Rhodes? How's the new headset? I like it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Really light. One of the things I like about it. Very lightweight. Making a burrito. Yeah, I mean, I have like my rate's like 2%. I'm like, why would I ever bother paying it off? My, you know, this headset also has dual channel. Yeah, so it has regular wireless and Bluetooth, and you could use them at the same time. Pretty cool. So like you could listen to your game and listen to your phone at the same time. Yeah, it's like $120. Why did I get a new headset? I'm still probably going to use my Virtuosos XTs primarily, but wanted to try this one out for like a day. Somebody needs it for this whole stream. It's honestly really good. I've been liking it. I have been liking it. Fact. So you can listen to Heart, Spotify, and Siege. Yep. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Yeah, like for me, dude, it doesn't even make sense. Like, I actually, so when I bought my house,
Secure the area.
and I
Keep
dumped
bombs
all of the
protected.
remodeling as well. And I like put it all into my mortgage, like rolled it all into my mortgage and shit. And I mean, I'm just like literally take all 30 years to pay it off. I mean, I have a 2% interest rate. Why would I ever bother paying that off? That makes no sense to ever pay that off. Sure, we can. I should have canceled the bets. My whole team left last game, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, there's just like no point to like ever bother. Actually,
5 seconds to insertion. Increased surveillance on bomb. Op 4 has a diffuser.
right. So, I mean, I did pretty good. I bought my house, got a really good deal on it. I actually got a good deal, like, cause I kind of bought mine before houses went crazy. And I still got a 2% interest rate, and I rolled all the remodeling costs into the mortgage too, so I'm going to take the maximum amount of time to pay that off. Oh yeah, we're getting butchered. Win-loss is probably accurate. I don't know.
Activate camera.
Be advised. Op 4 located bomb.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Anyway, yeah. Dude, it's actually like the thing now it's to the point where like if you were lucky enough to lock in like a really low like mortgage rate, you know, whatever, like a year and a half ago, whatever it was. Basically now, even if you have the money to pay off your mortgage, you could literally put it into like treasury, like you could put it into like treasury notes and literally like have your mortgage like be free, essentially. Like it's crazy. Dude, you could, let's just say hypothetically, you have like a 30-year mortgage. Let's say you buy a house for like, I don't know, 200K. Yeah, and you have like treasury notes and they're yielding like close to 5%. Like you could literally just like put that, you could just put that, even if you have the 200K, you could put the 200K in the treasury notes and just like it'll pay your mortgage, like it'll pay your principal and it'll pay your interest as well, and you'll probably still end up with a little bit of extra money.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Am I winning this? Probably not.
Changing mags.
We'll see though.
Down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. The time limit has been reached.
I feel bad though now, man. For everyone who's like buying a house now, it's fucked. Interest rates are high as shit right now. Dude, I think it's like, aren't interest rates on a mortgage now like 7% or something? That's insane. That's fucking insane. That means now, like, compared to 2%, it was like you could probably buy like half the house. 7.5%, bro. You literally like they're probably gonna get worse too. Honestly, they're probably gonna get worse. People are thinking they're gonna get better. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I really do. If it might be, yeah, it might get really bad. Honestly, it depends
Secure the area. Keep the
how
bombs protected.
much like the. It just depends how much like the at least in the U.S. the Fed, like the Federal Reserve wants to they're supposed to not be influenced by politics. So ideally their goal should be price stability. So I mean, in reality, bro, like we should be having like fucking 20% interest rates probably. If things keep going the way they're going, where like there's 7% interest rates and the economy really hasn't slowed down much. Like that's what happened in like the 70s and shit. Interest rates were like 20 fucking percent.
5 seconds to count.
But
Op 4 has
like if
located
they're
the
like
bomb.
really trying to like tackle inflation and stuff. But is the thing is like, is the political will there, right? Like, can people actually stomach fucking 20% interest rates in like modern times? We'll see. Hopefully that doesn't have to go there.
Reload.
Have fun.
What an ugly drone, dude.
Activating C4.
I won't make this easy for them.
Well, let's see. I mean, hopefully interest rates could just go down and like things can kind of go back to like more normal. But why, dude? Why? This guy's actually middle window and then just runs over and just starts fucking shooting. Why? This is how I die. This is how I die. You can't even make this up.
Keep our barrier up.
Also, in the 70s, you could afford a house with a decent industry job, so God knows what it would do to people today. I actually had a really fucking long discussion about that the other day, and I think that people don't really realize that, like, they only really look at like, homes and stuff like that are in, like the most expensive... What is this guy doing? This is my team. The most expensive, like... The most expensive areas in, like, LA and, like, other places, like...
Reloading.
You could also get... Fuck you, Elvin. You could get, like, I actually went over, like, a bunch of fucking houses on stream that were, like, $100,000, which inflation adjusted was a $10,000 house from back in the day. It just depends where you live, or you want to live, for that matter. The thing is, if you want to live in LA, or if you want to live in New York or Chicago, that's okay, but you just got to realize that, like, you need to have a job, essentially, that, like, supports that lifestyle, essentially. There's a million other places that you could live where there's $100,000 houses. New, like, fully remodeled $100,000 houses. Like, I pulled a fuck ton of them up on stream.
Op 4 last op
They're there, and that's inflation adjusted. That house is this. What is this guy doing? Inflation adjusted, that's the exact same price that they were, like, 50 years ago.
5 seconds remaining.
Whatever it was. We pulled up an inflation calculator. It was, like, literally dollar for dollar the same thing.
Time limit expired.
And you get, like, these were, like, literally, like, walk-in turnkey. If you wanted to put some fucking elbow grease in and do some remodeling, you were able to get an even better deal. You know? Probably just like back in the day. I'm sure there were examples of that, too. But the thing is now, people have... The people have become accustomed to, like, when they buy a house, like, when you used to buy a house back in the day, it was, like, didn't have air conditioning. It was, like, under 1,000 square feet. Like, 1,000 square feet or less. You know, that's not... Like, now people are, like, they look at, like, this house is fucking 2,500 square feet. It should be inflation adjusted the same price as a house that was 700 square feet in the fucking 50s. You can't compare the same thing. You have to compare house for house. Like, it's not fair to make that comparison.
Protect the bombs.
Right. Your wages, the junior Royal Marines commanded on the Iraq War was 234 per month.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, I mean, well, generally most people when they, you know, join the army or something like that, or Marines or something like that, it's more of like a sense of duty, and there's a lot of like benefits that come after you leave service, right? Like you get whatever, you know, at least in the US, college, healthcare, a bunch of other stuff forever for free. Stipend sometimes, like, depends. Depends on the branch and what you do when you're in service, how long you serve. You get sign-on bonuses. It depends. But yeah, I would say if you're worried about the cost of housing, and you're gonna make the argument of like, oh, you could buy XYZ house in the past. Look at houses because houses were about that size back in the day. You know, look at why the fuck, dude. Look at houses that were, you know, around 1,000 square feet or less, and you'll be able to find what you're looking for.
Sensor activated. Swapping mags.
What are you fucking doing up here,
Last
bro?
stop standing.
There we go.
Eliminated.
Hey, we can still make some nice plays. We got a nice little AC poo. I'll play The Last of Us 2 maybe later, whatever. Different time, Topsy, different time. Yeah, anyway, though, like, for sure. I would agree that the cost of living and stuff has gone up. Fuck, I took Brava. I would agree that, you know, the cost of living has gone up and stuff. I mean, you know, anybody with a brain. But it once again. Also, too, I think a lot of the stuff, too, a lot of stuff nowadays that we didn't have expense-wise back in the day, we have as expenses now. Think about it. Back in, say, like, the 50s, 60s, whatever the fuck it is, you know, whatever era you want to talk about, there was no internet, so you didn't have an internet bill. There was no cable TV. You didn't have cable. There's no streaming services. You didn't have streaming services. Restaurants were something that people, like, really didn't go out for. Like, it was, like, more of, like, a special occasion type of thing. Right? You know, people didn't buy coffee.
Drone has located a bomb.
You know, there's no internet, so you don't have an internet bill. No cell phone, no cell phone bill. Only thing you probably had was like maybe a TV or a radio. Like that's it. Right? I mean, even like there was not even like DVD players or like VHS or anything back then. So it's like if you made money back then, right? Like say you were working,
10 seconds.
there was like nothing really to buy, essentially, that you could, like, even, like, want to waste your money on.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
All right? Like, there were TVs. There was just TV and radio. Really, that was it. And, like, TV's, like, channels were all free. Obviously, radio's free. That's it.
Publishing link. Resource converted.
Right. No, like, dude, shit like microwaves didn't even exist. I remember my dad said, like, they didn't have a microwave, and, like, till whatever the fuck it was like the...
Marcus cam initiated. Deploying drone.
I'll grab us some intel.
How did the TV company make money? There was very few channels, and they were funded by, dude, like basically were funded by the government. And advertising.
Must recover the diffuser. One friendly operator remaining.
I literally hate you so much, Element. I just want to fucking ban you. It's literally the worst.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Right. I mean, there was commercials back in the day. Part of it was like funded by the government and stuff like that too. Anyway. People use guys like fucking auto picking Brava. Why? Fucking why? Auto picking Brava, you piece of shit. Alright. I'll just never play the new op. Fuck it, who cares? Anyway. Yeah, but it's hard to compare cost of living from back in the day to now, and right, there's once again get another awards from the economy round. No.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
McDonald's? Yeah, well, I mean, the easiest thing is you can kind of talk to people who were like alive back then, right? Or you could always kind of watch. I think like a good way to kind of do it is that you can always like watch a bunch of stuff online and stuff like that and talk to people who were actually alive back then and stuff, right? Talk to my grandparents,
Drone has found a bomb.
Bro, they literally used to only go out to eat for like to McDonald's for like their like birthdays. Like that's it.
5 seconds to go.
Like literally every meal is like cooked at home.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Flag out. Rabbit located.
Different time for sure. We just have a different people are just accustomed to like very different standard of living nowadays compared to whatever the 50s and 60s and stuff too. That's okay. You know, that's what we want. We want to evolve as a society and stuff, right? And have better than the last generation, all that.
The diffuser has been secured.
It's a real person. Here, bitch. Guys.
Taking the bad guys.
Turret disabled.
You must recover the diffuser.
What I do to my... Okay. Listen, I was not around in the 50s, bro. There's the jackasses everywhere, bro, in this game. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. 4 bullets left. Oh my god, why is he over here now? This guy was literally in bathroom a second ago. Dude, I'm gonna fucking team kill this guy. He's literally like auto picking Bravo and just doing actually fucking nothing. Ugh! I'm not gonna fucking team kill. I'm not that guy, but holy shit, like. Yep. I don't know though.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Not worth it to be putting the other queues for team killing. Whatever. I don't like care.
Drone has located a bomb.
It's not about that. I'm just not gonna team kill somebody for grabbing the new operator fast. It's whatever.
Seconds before insertion. 5 seconds to go. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Good. Argus in place.
You must recover the diffuser.
Stepping into Gemini. Drone up! Repulsing device planted.
Breaching!
Why are you fucking playing Clash in the test server, dude? Like, holy shit, you're ugly as can be. Fuck you. Come here. I hate that operator. Like, honestly, if there's like one operator I could delete from the game, it'd be Clash. Like, without a doubt, it'd be Clash. 100%. Like, why? I just don't even understand why anybody would just create that operator. Just so obnoxiously annoying. No, Clash is way more annoying than Monty is. Honestly, way more. At least Monty can't, like, slow you down to the point where you can't fucking do anything.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
It's such a bad idea for an operator. Like, it's just such a terrible idea. Anyway, yeah. Life and shit has gotten more expensive, but once again, those are like standards over time too. That's I mean, they're not completely, correct on this, or not even close. A lot of boomers think they also had it a lot fucking harder than they really did. No. A lot of boomers think they had it a lot harder than they did, but it's kind of like they make it out as if they like suffered. Sunless Silver, they tried 57-month resub. Welcome back. Basically, there's like a lot of like boomers and stuff like that that'll make it out as they like suffered essentially, like and like bootstrapped it and shit. And they really didn't. It was mostly that the amenities and like things that we have now in life just straight up didn't fucking exist. You know? So like, like that's it pretty, right? Like they'll say things like, "Oh, back in my day, we went without fucking going out to eat or to food delivery or internet or TV or whatever cable or streaming service, all these list of things." And technically it's true, but they also didn't fucking exist. Like, so it's a lot easier to go without when they don't exist. You could work as an restaurant employee and own a house and a car. True, you could probably still do that today, but it's not like it's not as easy. And you also have to select where you live more carefully for sure. And before people make this argument, we already went over this on stream. I did this on stream. I showed a fuck ton of houses that were inflation adjusted the same price as the 50s and 60s. The exact same price. But it depends what market you want to live in, right? We pick Urza John, think that the 23 months. I'm not actually bronze 1. I've been like champion or diamond every single season on the test server. Hey, happy early birthday, Sunless. Happy birthday, buddy. You have a good one. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as easy, for sure, but the differences in inflation, it's also wages, too. True. True. Oh, sorry to hear that, Topsy. Well, at least, hey, listen, you made it out good in life, eventually, you know? I mean, I think the play, if you want, like, actual financial security in life and stuff like that, so there's, like, I don't agree with this movement 100%, but it's called, like, FIRE. It's, like, financially independent, retire early. I don't see the point of, like, retiring early, especially the way a lot of these people do it, where they count, like, every fucking cent down to nothing. Like, you know, I don't mind spending some extra money here and there for, like, fun shit. You gotta enjoy your life, too. And I also like working. Even outside of streaming, I enjoyed working before. It's not that I want to, like... Trust me, when you have, like, that much free time, of course there's hobbies and stuff you could fill it with and stuff. Of course, you could play games and all that, but... good to have, like, something that, like, mentally stimulates you, too. Almost everyone I see that, like, retires, even if they retire early, they change as a person and not for the better, and they generally... regret it. It's like your brain just turns to fucking mush, dude. Like, if you're going to, you gotta have some real fucking good hobbies that are, like, mentally stimulating. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, if you really want to, if you want to retire early, and, like, you could literally retire, like, fairly fucking early, and I'll tell you how, okay? All you have to do is if you get an education and get a decent job that's remote, right? And then go live in, like, a cheaper area, right? Go live in a cheaper area. That's it. You'll be fine. You could retire at, like, super early. You could afford a house in, like, a year's salary, 2 years' salary. That's it. There's a million, like, there's literally most of the US, for example, if you live in the US, you can get, like, a house inflation adjusted that's, like, the same price or cheaper than it was in the 50s and 60s, and you can make way higher wages, assuming that you work remotely with a decent job. Put that into some basic investments, and your cost of, as long as you maintain a lower cost of living, you'll be good. You could retire early as fuck if that's really what you want, right? That sounds like a stretch. Where those houses be in very remote areas? No. There's, like, working class neighborhoods that are nice neighborhoods, like, pretty much right where I, like, live. They're in, like, the suburbs of Detroit and stuff like that, and they're, like, you can buy a house for, like, $100K. roughly. That's like fully remodeled. That's not like, oh, it's like a shithole old house. It's like fucking destroyed, like fully remodeled home where you like walk in and turn the key. If you're trying to save as much money as possible, you can. Detroit is part of the boonies. Detroit / Metro Detroit is a very nice area. Promise you. It's not the hellhole that people make it out to be. And there's plenty of other areas that are just like that. Right? And if you have a job that you can work remote and you can make like 100K, you could literally basically buy and pay that house off in 2 years, maybe maximum, with money left over. Right? 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, 8th year, bank all the money. Congratulations. Now that money's invested and you just fucking live as... If you want to retire that early, you, like, basically gotta live as cheaply as possible, but... Another one back there. That's not a kill? Okay. IRS comes to steal it all? Not really, no. Let's see.
One friendly remaining.
Okay, so if you make $100,000 a year in the U.S., you'll pay $17,000 in taxes. That leaves you, let's just say for state, you include state taxes as well, and then you're down to 80K net.
Mission failure.
2 years, you could buy and pay off a house. If you're willing to do some remodeling and stuff yourself, or you want to live in a house that is not fully remodeled, you could probably buy one for 80. Right? You could literally like buy and pay off a house in 2 years with money left over, right? And then if you work like 5 more years, then you could retire and live on the investment money. Depends where. There's literally a million places, like outside of like California, New York, like literally in major US cities, pretty much. Like there's houses that are like 100K or less, like all over. Right, like I'm saying, if you work somewhere, if you work remote, how big is this house? Probably about 1,000 square feet.
Bomb location compromised. Plan accordingly.
So a shed, that was the average size of the home in like the 50s, 60s. These are the houses that people talk about that were cheap. Because we're comparing apples to apples now, right? We're not, you know what I'm saying?
5 seconds counting.
That's what I'm saying. If you get a job where you work remote, buy a cheaper house,
Op 4 is located.
right? That's it. Live frugally. You could literally you could retire within no problem 10 years. No problem. On 100K a year salary. I don't know about other countries. I'm talking about the U.S.
Alarm deployed.
Loading new mag.
Well, this is the test server. Like, you could be playing anybody.
Op 4, last operator standing.
So this is a test server. I could be playing anybody from World Championship professional players to actual coppers. Oh my god. Okay, I have to ask, like, are you genuinely brain dead? I really must ask that question. Motherfucker, I'm not planning on fucking retiring in 5 years.
Bomb diffuser in place. Diffuser
No,
located.
my house is not
Protect the
1,000
bomb,
square feet. My
disable
whole
the
point
diffuser.
is if you want to compare the 50s and 60s to today, and somebody was asking how to retire super early, that's how you do it. You have to be trolling. There's no way. Like,
Friendly disabled the diffuser.
no, the way he's wording it is like, oh, do you live in that size house? So that's what you're saying to, like, you know, buy or whatever to fucking retire early? No. That's fine. I'm good with it. Listen, I like having a nice house. Okay, if it was 1,000 square feet and I had to live there, that's fine. If that was my plan to retire early, that's what I would do. But don't make it out like we're talking about a whole different thing. You're just stop being brain dead and giving like condescending weird fucking questions because you don't understand anything. Like, they're not in my neighborhood. All the houses near me are fucking super expensive and super nice. I don't live in that area exactly. It's close by me. Like if I drive like
Protect
10
the bomb.
minutes, 15 minutes, I could be there probably.
Swapping mag.
If I wanted to live frugally, I could have retired a long time ago. I don't want to. I don't mind working. Like working, even outside of just streaming and stuff like that. It's not like I'm, you know, it's different between like being forced to work like 9 billion hours a week or whatever the fuck it is. That's miserable.
5
But
seconds
like,
left.
I like streaming. I like working. I like buying nice things and living my life,
Locate a
and
bomb.
you know, not having to worry about counting every penny and stuff like that. I would not want to live like that. No. But my point is that if you want to retire super early, you can. It is a possibility out there. You just got to be willing to make a lot of sacrifices.
That'll hold. Keep us set.
Investing is hard.
Changing mag.
Sure, I guess you could buy a van. That is an option too.
Op 4,
But I'm saying if you
last
want an
operator
actual
standing.
house, that's what someone was talking about. He's gonna waste the whole fucking round just like, let's go in and die, please. You're not even playing the new operator, you're just baiting with Ash. Like, why? Just fucking go in and die.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
I hate people, dude. I hate people so much. Anyway, the whole thing that this kind of leads back to too. Same fuck is just, oh, this is a different guy maybe. I don't know. Auto picking. The whole point this kind of leads back to is like, yes, there's been an increase in the cost of living. Yes, like wages for low paying jobs have gone down a lot over time. But if you're willing to like work, you know, get an education, right? Work remote, come up with something entrepreneurial, whatever the fuck it may be. I mean, that's, you know, hey, life's a little harder than it used to be, I guess.
Use your
That's
drone
it.
to locate a bomb.
So, but you can do it. Power through it. At the end of the day, you have no excuses if you live in the at least if you live in the U.S. I know that's a controversial fucking take these days, but yeah, sorry. If especially people who are like complaining about XYZ, whatever fucking thing. Like, you live in the U.S., bro. Like you have no idea how fucking good you have it. Or if you live in Europe or whatever it is, or Canada. What a boomer ass take. Yeah, bro. Let me know when your friends and family and potentially you are getting like run over by tanks and genocided. Ask those people how they like the U.S. They didn't even speak English when they came here, and they're doing all right. Yeah, don't worry though, man. Oh, boo-hoo for you. Life's tough. Life's really fucking hard for you. Cry me a fucking river. Okay, that got shit on everyone.
It's gonna blow. Deploying an ROU.
Four last operator standing. Diffuser is active.
This guy's
Protected at
pillar
all
still?
costs. Op
My whole
4
team was
eliminated.
inside. They were planting. This guy's pillar? When you're in Afghanistan, people are shaking the street. Right. Like I said, of course, things could always be better. We should always strive to be better and all that kind of stuff. But like, my whole point is, if you're right here, if you're on the internet right now watching this stream and you live in like the US or Europe or Canada or whatever it is, sure, things,
We need to locate
whatever,
a bomb.
everything could always be better. But like at the end of the day,
Be advised the
right?
drone has
You could
located
just
a bomb.
complain online all the time and shit, or fucking use something and do productive things with your time. That's it. You live in the land of opportunity. You natively speak the language, you're natively born there, right? Natively educated. Right? You have access to running water and electricity and heating and cooling and internet
10
and
seconds before insertion.
probably you're not worrying where your next meal is coming from, so
5 seconds
take
before
advantage of those things in life, dude.
Proceed to bomb's
Don't be
location and defuse it.
a downer on everything. You can do it. I believe in you.
Close deployed. Throwing frag grenade.
Oh my god. What's up, Mr. Jab?
It's gonna pop.
The diffuser is no longer in
Just
your
gonna watch the
possession.
new operator because I don't actually get to play it. Everyone just yoinks it immediately.
Down to one friendly.
Right. Or Australia too, right? Sorry. Forgot about my Australian friends. Anyway, any of those places, dude. You're so far ahead of like
All friendlies have been eliminated.
this guy running out straight at our teammate from like another door. That's a headshot. Interestingly. Right. Well, the thing is, a lot of what it is too is like people are just like the internet makes things like fucking way worse than they are. It really does. If you actually like ever get to play the fucking new op, I'm literally just gonna run in and fucking die with Ash, and then this way like I can watch this guy play the new operator because I'll never get it. I'll never get to play. Anyway, if you you know, a lot of it is people are just spend a lot of fucking time online,
Locate a bomb.
right? They spend way too much time online, and if you just spend all your time online, and you know everyone's guilty of this at some point. I have been as well in the past too. But if you just spend all your time online, dude, everything is like extremely exaggerated and honestly not It's not like the average fucking person that does not spend as much time online does not has like basically it's probably completely different opinion on things, generally speaking. Right? Internet makes things like always extreme and like worse than they actually are.
5 seconds.
The way foreigners see the U.S. is hilarious. We have a lot of crazy shit happens next level how foreigners receive it. Yeah, dude, it's like some of the questions that I have, like Australians or people from like Europe and stuff ask me, just like it's like comical, bro. It's actually comedy.
Breaching charges zone. Breaching charges zone.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Oh, why do I not just go faster? Why the fuck do I just not go faster? I wanted I thought this wall was still gonna be soft. I was gonna fucking mash it, but it was solid the whole time. Right. It's like, yeah, I don't know, like... What? Oh, that was the lineup. This guy fucking choked. That was the... All three of them are there, dude. He got tap, tap, tapped. They weren't even looking. Oh, that's a fucking... Listen, all I'm saying is to just don't let stuff get you down. See it too much, and that's all. That's the moral of the story. Whether it's inflation, wages, whatever, don't concentrate on that shit. Concentrate on positive things. Think about how fortunate you are, right, in life. It might not have to be like the craziest thing. If you're watching a Twitch stream, if you are, you know, and there's a funny moment, if you have a good cup of coffee, but, you know, whatever, hear a good song, whatever the fuck it may be. I am playing on my main account on my server. Whatever the fuck it may be. Enjoy those things in life. Try to be positive. Don't doom scroll all day. That shit will fucking drive you insane. And, yeah. Trust me. It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. It really will.
Down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds and counting.
You always say, do you have clean running water from your tap? Do you have a roof over your head at night? Then Sifu. Billions don't. True. I literally hate you so much, Alman. It's like indescribable. I would honestly rather doom scroll the internet for fucking 10 hours thinking the world is gonna end than like have Elman talk. It is the legitimate worst. I don't watch any TED Talks at all. The only thing I watch are like documentaries online because I'm a boomer. I don't watch anything else. What? Bro, this guy just shot one fucking bullet and kills me like that? Or hits my C4? I swift. That guy shot one, he probably hip fired my shit. Oh, dude, trust me. There's, I have, so like I'm Chaldean, so we're basically it's a minority that doesn't have a country, but it's in modern day Iraq, and they basically were getting like genocided by ISIS, and if the things that people that were there told me, trust me, it'll make you real fucking happy to be living in the US or Europe or Australia or Canada or wherever else, pretty much. So, yeah. Yeah, fuck ISIS. Obviously, I don't think that's a very, like... All of society sucks. I think some of society sucks a lot more than other parts. Like, the countries where they're, like, literally genociding people and, like, killing them in, like, horrific ways. I think that sucks a little bit more than, like, oh man, fucking eggs went up in price. Like,
1 op 4 remaining. Down to 15 seconds. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
oh no, Netflix isn't doing is stopping password sharing. It's almost the same as genocide. No, I don't think so. Oh my god, my DoorDash is so cold. Almost the same thing as being run over by a tank. Obviously, I'm fucking memeing, bro. I'm memeing these people that are... Someone literally just said it's like, society sucks everywhere. When I was explaining, like, that I know people who escaped ISIS's fucking genocide. Like... Delusional. Delusional, bro. Right. Actually, even before, though, like, even before that and stuff, like, my grandma and stuff always tells me that, like, back in the day and stuff, she's like, when she came to the US and stuff like that, she, like, didn't believe that, like, supermarkets, like, that were here were, like, real. Like, she, like, couldn't believe it. She thought it was, like, a joke. Or it was, like, there's, like, one place like that. Not that, like, every supermarket is like that, basically. Because, like, back, like, home and stuff like that, it was like, oh, like, you would stand in line for, like, bread, and, like, if you didn't get in line in time, like, you, like, literally wouldn't eat. Right? Ain't nothing game, I think, 42 months. Right? Same thing with, like, milk, or meat, or, like, oil, right? Or, like, butter, certain things, right? Stuff like that. No running water. Crashing the Prime sub. We're Chaldean. We're from we don't actually have like a country. We haven't in a long time. We're like ancient Babylonian, pretty much. But yeah, it's like modern day Iraq. Oh, let's get rid of Clash. Clash is weak. Fuck and Warden bans. Okay. Yeah. Have I ever gone to Iraq? No. I have not. Probably would not go there. We left there for a reason. We left there for a fucking reason. America fucking rocks. He didn't believe like the supermarket shelves in the US and stuff. You remember there's kids in Iraq scared from torture.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs
You're finding how's the mountains full of Kurdish women and children slaughtered even back in the 90s, then again in 03, 14, 15. The Kurds, bless them, nobody gave a fuck about them. Yeah, no, I mean, it was... So, like, we're, like... So Chaldeans are like, they're not Kurdish, but like kind of similar, I guess. Kind of similar. So is Chaldeans are technically like Christian, and it's basically, yeah. So when ISIS was like rolling through, they're just basically attempting to literally like, dude, like a fuck ton of people died, and there was like literally like horrific stories that I can't. Probably, like, I don't know, they're probably TOS. I don't think I could talk about them on stream. From, like, what? I had a friend who came to the US that he was Chaldean too. But he came to the US, like, and I met him in college. He came when he was in high school. So he was only there for, like, a few years. He ended up becoming a doctor, actually. But yeah, some of the stories he told me, definitely wouldn't be able to say them on stream, or probably not. FaZe Rug is Chaldean? He is. He is indeed. My family's actually been, like, you know, here for a long time. My great-grandpa came to the U.S., actually. But, even back then, like, at the time, like, my, great-grandpa actually came to the U.S. because he had a farm, and they were, like, starting to, like, genocide people, like, near him.
Op 4 eliminated.
And then he, like, they, like, left because they, like, basically, like, he had, like, I guess, like, a really good farm there or something like that. And, basically they told him, like, hey, like, get out or we're gonna kill you and your family. So, like, he moved, that's when they moved to the U.S. because they had, like, no other option, basically. And they, like, got here, like, on a boat and stuff. It was, like, a whole crazy story. That's where the rug is from. I told you guys about that I still have in my office. So, yeah, we have shit easy here. Trust. It is fucking easy. Am I related to FaZe Rug? No. I mean, maybe somehow, but I mean, not that I know of. There's not that many Chaldeans. I think there's only like 150,000 like in the world.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Maybe there's like 200, 250. Your dad fought in the war, genocide in Bosnia. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Ready to trigger.
Mm-hmm. Basically, like, slowly throughout the years, what used to happen, like, there's zero, like, Chaldeans to my knowledge, unless maybe some went back and stuff. I think, like, some did eventually, like, go back, because they really wanted to, like, live there and stuff.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
But, I mean, there's pretty much no Chaldeans anymore actually in Iraq, or, like, Babylon, or whatever. These guys. Of course, of course, of course.
No time to waste.
Always weirdos in that server. What are Assyrians? Assyrians are kind of similar to Chaldeans. They're like a little different. What's gotten her? How are the games been going? Pretty bad overall today. Pretty bad. Team killed then dies. It's all good. It's whatever. And the prediction. Did we win the last game? Honestly, I'm fucking blanking out. We did, right? Did. Cool.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Nice.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Dude, dude. Yeah, there's there are uh, there's a lot of unfortunate tragedies and stuff throughout time, but we live in a overall right now too. Like, dude, you would think that like it's actually so. Here's like kind of like another thing too, like crime and like murders and stuff like that are actually like way fucking down over like the past and stuff like that. But like the way that it's like displayed to us, like in the news and shit, you'd think it's like awful. Like things are the fucking worst. But it's like way down. Like over like whatever years ago.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
I don't know. So like another example.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Plan your defenses accordingly.
Russia's at war with Ukraine right now. True. True.
Adding my +1.
And you know, obviously it's like horrible and stuff, but I'm saying like we don't have any like you know, like whatever World War II type situations or like anything like that, right? So
Bomb located by Op 4.
nothing like that at least. That was the guy who team killed me, by the way. Fuck that guy. Ugly loser. Right. I mean, ideally, there's just like, you know, it's weird too, man.
I'm reloading.
You know, back in the day, it's like, you know, there wasn't really like an interconnected like global economy and stuff. So it's just like, oh, like you're like just conquer more land and like move forward. But it's like now, really weird. Like you absolutely like fuck yourself. You absolutely fuck yourself when you end up like, oh my lord. You absolutely like fuck yourself. Not ours anymore, huh? Oh shit, we're
All friendlies were eliminated.
I'm solo queuing. Anyway. Yeah, it's weird. Like, you, like, fuck yourself, like, pretty hard, you know? By, like, going to war with other countries and stuff. Kind of weird. Don't get it. I feel like at this point in time, basically makes the most sense, right? For most countries. To try more to like, you know, work together that they can like economically like advance themselves, right? But
We need to locate a bomb.
actually the whole like the whole war with like Russia and stuff like that, it kind of does go kind of back to money too. So like I talked about it like a while back on stream, but if you actually look why Russia's going to war with Ukraine, like they always say it's like people always say like, oh, it's expansion of NATO. Oh, they're making some like random excuses about like Nazis or whatever the fuck they're like complaining about these days. But it's actually not really like any of those things. Probably, I guess you could never know 100%. But the biggest thing is that Russia supplied pretty much all of Europe's natural gas, right?
Insertion
For
in 5
heating
seconds.
and electricity and stuff like that. And
A bomb must be located and defused.
you know, when they actually had found like some of the largest like natural gas reserves like on Earth pretty recently, like in the Donbass region in Ukraine. And they had like a contract, I think it was like I forgot who it was with. It was like with like Shell or something. To like actually start like mining and like extracting that. What? Okay. They had like a contract with, I think it was like Shell to like start mining that and it started or whatever started extracting that. So basically, Ukraine could have it was Shell and BP. Yeah, they could have started undercutting Russia on transport cost and survey. They were starting to raise the rates. So there was pipelines that came from Europe through Ukraine that served Europe. So Ukraine was increasing prices on Russia, which is totally within their right to do. It's going over their land. This is not turning political at all. It's going over their land. It's explaining a situation, right? So they were increasing the transportation prices or transport prices to pull that oil across. Also, if I want to talk about politics, I'll talk about politics. I don't give a shit. It's up to me, not you. Sorry. Anyway. Russia, if you look how they basically act like a giant gas station with like an army, pretty much, right? Like they kind of, all the conflicts and wars that they've been in, generally speaking, have been to secure like mineral or oil rights, like essentially. If you look at, you know, Georgia, if you look at when they took Crimea, all of those like, all of those things, right? Were kind of like to secure oil rights, right? And mineral rights and stuff like that, natural gas rights. So basically what Russia's doing, Ukraine found some of the largest proven natural gas reserves on Earth, essentially, right? Some like one of the biggest. So, and it was like also pretty easy to extract. So in theory, they actually could have gotten, in theory, they could have increased the transport costs because the pipelines ran through Ukraine to the point where it was not profitable for Russia to sell gas to Europe anymore, and they could have undercut them and sold gas to Europe and made a fuck ton of money. So Russia doesn't want that. And it's like the thing that doesn't really get talked about very much, which is weird. I'm sure there's other it's probably like a multitude of reasons why they like actually invaded, but that one made the most sense to me when I actually kind of like looked into shit. I'm like, well, that makes sense because that's fucking with Russia's money essentially, right? Which is like at the end of the day, all they care about is basically being a giant gas station of a country that their oligarchs could buy more yachts and shit. So yeah, that's pretty much why. Basically, they were about to start undercutting Russia on natural gas and oil and stuff like that, and yeah, that's kind of it.
You have located a bomb.
God, hop in over here, I guess.
Deploying Claymore.
Ash.
Reload.
Setting Selma.
The fuck is the bomb? Oh, the bomb's not down here. Bro, why the fuck's this guy in the basement?
I'll be back.
I mean, it's always possible there's like other stuff too, but the thing is, like, why would Russia fuck themselves? Like they knew that this shit was probably gonna happen, unless it was like they had like economically they kind of had no choice, right? Like if those oil reserves started getting extracted, like it's not that they had no choice, but in their eyes probably. I mean, obviously the choice is simple to fucking just sell like to other countries and shit, right? And you know, find your way essentially without starting a war. But anyway, yeah, I think that's why they're basically securing mineral rights, and they didn't want to lose that control and that market share essentially.
Friendly operator remaining.
There are other reasons. I'm sure there is, but like the primary one that like it lined up very fucking well, right? Where like essentially all of their money that they'd be making from oil was about to like evaporate. Also, during this war essentially too, like it has caused prices for natural gas to go up, right? And it's like a lot of what's happening right now too is that like a lot of the world implemented like a price cap on Russia, but like all that's really happening a lot of times is like other countries are buying natural gas and oil from Russia, and then just like refining it in another country, and then just selling it to the other countries that have like embargoes with Russia. So they're like
Locate a bomb.
actually kind of giving them more money right now indirectly, which is stupid, but whatever. They also wanted a buffer zone between them and NATO. Sure, but like Ukraine was probably not going to end up being a member of NATO. Like it's always possible, I guess, but like it pretty much has been getting shot down like virtually forever. Ukraine also has the second biggest coal reserve in Europe, over a trillion tons of natural gas and 3.7 billion tons of oil reserves, over 10% of the world's oil reserves. Right, a lot of minerals, right? A lot of minerals, Marie, minerals. Right, like I'm not saying it's like the fucking only thing, but it's definitely a big factor for sure, I think. I watched like a huge fucking documentary on it, and that made like by far the most sense to me.
Action time! IED scanning!
Right. Well, I think it's,
You have located a bomb.
I don't think that Ukraine is at fault there very much. They should do, I think they did everything fine for the most part. They should do what, you're so ugly. Why did I do that? They should, they should have done, they saw an opportunity to basically advance themselves as a country by striking it like mineral rich, right? There's a lot of countries that have done that, including Russia for that matter, right? Including Russia for that
Down to
matter.
one friendly.
Ads. There's no ads, you're brain dead. Haven't ran a single ad all stream except for when I took a shit, which was 4 hours ago. The only ad you'll get in the stream is when you enter the stream, you'll get one ad that's a pre-roll if you're not a sub, and then that's it, unless I take a dump or something. If I go to take a dump, I'm running ads, but that's it. Right. I think like, yeah, it made the most sense to me. Like, I don't think Ukraine was going to be part of, like, NATO. I think the reason that they were, like, trying to become a part of NATO primarily is because they discovered all their mineral resources and they wanted to exploit them, right? Which is the correct thing to do. They should. And they wanted, basically, protection, right? And the U.S. kind of knew that and doesn't want to go to direct war with Russia. So they obviously weren't, NATO didn't want to get in direct conflict with Russia. So they were like never going to get into NATO. But I think also everyone pretty much was like, yeah, like Russia's not like crazy enough to actually do it, and then they like did it. They could just not go to war. Yeah, that'd be ideal. Anyway, yeah, like Ukraine overall is like a fairly like, they're not like completely impoverished, but they're like, not doing great. And if they had actually extracted that natural gas and there was no war with Russia, they'd be a very wealthy country, like essentially overnight. China, Taiwan. I don't know. I don't think China will invade Taiwan. If they do, it'll be like, once again, we're just fucking shooting the shit, chat. We're just fucking shooting the shit. None of us are experts here. None of this is like fact. We're just, like, none of us are truly informed about everything. So let's remember that before we proceed forward. I don't know. I mean, it's possible that China could invade Taiwan. They also know that they'll like utterly fuck themselves economically if they do it. They only really have like, so China is like China is starting to lose population because of their one child policy that they have. So a mixture of the one child policy and like the fact that they had so many like so many like boys because a lot of parents like would only have a boy. Like if they it's pretty terrible. They'd have like a girl and they just like literally throw them like in the garbage. Fucking sad, man. It makes me sad even like thinking about that because I have like a baby girl and like I love her more than anything. But anyway, sorry. And then like anyway, so they have like a lot of like boys basically, right? Like too many guys and like, a lot of they have like an aging population. Russia also has an aging population too. But like yeah. So if China's going to do it, they kind of got to do it like fairly soon. If they're going to. I hope they don't. But yeah. China's population is in danger of collapse, just like Russia's actually, too. So, yep. That's actually also another reason Russia probably wanted to invade is cuz like, they wanted to gain some more population too cuz Russia's population is kind of collapsing too. No, I agree with you, Topsy. I agree, but right. Well, the thing is like if it doesn't really make sense for like China to attack Taiwan because like economically they utterly fuck themselves and unlike the like Russia situation where like Russia's basically losing all it'd be like equivalent how China basically makes a lot of the world's goods like the world's factory so to speak. It'd be like China like Taiwan being in the way of like I don't know a fucking crucial shipping strait that like basically controlled like fucking everything essentially for them. Like it was their only way like out of the country, more or less. And like they had no other option except through exclusively going through there, right? And then like they were basically like in a situation where like, they had to like pay out a bunch of money and it was like ruining their thing. The thing is like Taiwan's kind of not really like doing anything to China for the most part. They're just kind of like there and like yes, it used to be part of China a long time ago. And like yes, they claim their like one China policy and like, for nationalistic reasons they probably want to take it over. And but the only like real prize that Taiwan has for the most part, which also the US said we will defend Taiwan, like so, like, directly. So, like, that also probably obviously makes China a little hesitant. Also, really the only, like, prize that Taiwan has more or less is Taiwan semiconductor, which if they started invading, I'm sure they'd probably just blow up every fucking fab in the country. And the thing is, even though Taiwan semiconductor makes most of the chips for the world, they have a lot of plants now outside of Taiwan, right? They're all over. They're the US, Europe, like everywhere, pretty much, right? And TSMC, there's like lithography machines basically that actually like, you know, are part of the chip creating process, and they won't be able to get those. They're made by like a Belgian company. And if they can't get those and all their fabs are destroyed, then like what did they, even really go for? It doesn't make as much like I don't think it'll happen personally. It could, like anything could fucking happen. But I mean, literally, I think unless China just goes fucking crazy and like literally wants it more than like anything, there's a book. Hmm, I'll look it up. I like reading. All right, I'll keep it. A Chinese man working for that company stole that info on the machine, and now China's starting to develop it. Well, I mean, even if they do that, then that doesn't make sense to invade Taiwan, right? Our drops on. Nope. I don't. There's no like like I said, I think the main I honestly do not think that Russia would have ever invaded Ukraine if they like did not find all of those like natural gas and oil reserves and they weren't increasing the transit fees on Russia for their pipelines going through Ukraine with Russian oil. I don't think they would have. And as long as they didn't join NATO, which they were never going to anyway. I really don't think that I don't think this invasion would have ever happened. But and then for the case of China, there's no reason like that to go like they're not going to join Taiwan's not joining NATO, obviously. The US said they'll defend them though. So then there's like that there as well. And like Taiwan doesn't really have anything other than like TSMC. They don't really have anything, and TSMC is a global company, and all of their stuff is spread out all over the place. Not really like limited to just Taiwan. Right. But the thing is, like the semiconductor technology that they have, I'm sure the problem is buying the lithography machines or like manufacturing. If those are fucked up, it's like GG. Which there's no way that like the government of Taiwan essentially said like if you invade, we're literally like destroying every semiconductor like fab is like gone. Literally like destroying all the lithography machines. Like everything's getting fucking flattened. They said if they try to take the country and it's like they're starting to lose, they're basically just they're blowing everything up. So there's like scorched earth type of thing. So, I mean, then there's like really nothing outside of like nationalistic reasons of like conquest, essentially. You respect that? I agree. Yeah, fuck them, dude. They're gonna invade. Blow those fucking fabs up. There's other fabs all over the world. I honestly think that's why the U.S. also too just went like they spent like $50 billion basically getting fabs all over the US for TSMC and for like Intel because they're like if China like really wants to do this Benjamin take the prime sub if they're like the US is probably like okay if China really wants to do this like they're just gonna make it like fucking hurt like bad and we'll have there'll be no disruptions to the US. Also, the thing with Taiwan too is, bro, Taiwan is like mega fucking OP to like to defend. Like it's not like for Russia and Ukraine, like Russia's kind of like rolled over the border. It's just like flat. No, they're building like Intel and TSMC have a bunch of factories going up in the US all over the place. Like multiple, actually. And they're going to be done within a few years. They already started most of them like 2 years ago. Some of them they already started even before the CHIPS Act. There's the full plan where they're going to build like a fuck ton of fabs. It's going to take like a decade. Intel and TSMC have like a 10-year plan because of the CHIPS Act that they did. But there's like already fabs in the US now. At least I could be wrong, but I mean, I thought there were a few. Anyway, dude, Taiwan is like mega defendable. Like Taiwan is way better equipped than Taiwan is way better equipped than Ukraine is to like fight. Also, basically Taiwan is like a bunch of like fucking like 1,000-foot cliffs all over the place. It's really fucking hard to attack. And China has to sail like all their troops and stuff over, right? Taiwan has like really good anti-air defenses. It's not that it would be impossible, but it would hurt. Like it would be quite like difficult. Not even guerrilla warfare. Like they just like it would be really hard to actually like land ships and like actually get people into Taiwan essentially. Game. civilians and stuff would do like guerrilla warfare. I'm sure that kind of stuff would happen as well. I mean, makes sense. Makes sense. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, chat. Let's watch this video real quick. Sponsored. Dude, they got Will Ferrell, man. Yeah, but so kind of a little bit about this. So General Motors and Netflix are teaming up to give electric vehicles the stage they deserve to reflect size increasing excitement and move toward an electric future through the newest campaign, EVs on Screen. So in 2021, GM launched the Everybody In campaign, demonstrating its intent to lead an all-electric future and join others in the movement. GM is electrifying the automotive industry, engineering EVs, purpose-built, ground-up design, powered by the Ultium platform. That's their battery technology. It's designing vehicles for everyone, made with ultimate power, range, and flexibility. Netflix has joined the movement and will increase the presence of EVs in Netflix produce films and shows where relevant, while also taking steps with more sustainable products. So, yeah, it's actually kind of cool. So, GM, you guys know I love GM. I have a GM pickup truck. So, and I actually like love the Hummer EV. I actually really want one. Talked about it a lot. I have talked about it a lot. My truck is not an EV. Probably like, I don't know. My next one I probably would. Shoot. I just lost my. I accidentally just messed up my title. Oh. Make my whole title over again. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. I don't think I missed anything else. Hummer EVs, they go for 113,000 for like that's like the edition one though. I don't know how much like the other ones go for. Like they're gonna be like 80K when like the other one comes out, which is actually not terrible. Like when the regular one comes out, I would consider that one. I honestly wish I would have just got like the 113K one because I could have like bought it, driven it for like a year or two, sold it, and got all my money back probably. All right, dude, these queues. I think the test server's dead, and these queues are pretty long. We had a rough day of Siege today, to be honest. Very rough. What's the point of putting more of them in when there's like a 3-year waiting list? I don't know. What's it called? My dad has an Sierra EV on order. I'll get one of the first ones actually. So, yep. True. Very true, Topsy. All right, chat. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure that you follow and turn on notifications. Follow buttons right here to put in your followers list. Notification bells right next to it. It'll give you notification when I go live. Click here to sub me on Twitch anytime or give subs. If you scroll down the page, you'll see all these Twitch panels. If I'm not online and streaming, there should be an about button. I have a Charm and Siege. If you want it, sub me on Twitch and link up your Ubisoft account and Twitch account, or you can type extra charm in the chat. And you get those two links. But when you sub, you won't get a notification on Twitch or R6. It's just check your Rainbow Six inventory. It's a purple charm under the name KingGeorge. You'll see it. It works on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, every gun, every operator, every future gun, every future operator that has a charm. And you only have to sub one time for 1 month, and you get to keep it forever. You get sub whether I'm online or offline once again with a tier 1, 2, 3 sub or a gifted sub, or for free if you have Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, click here, open up this page, log in your Amazon account if you're not logged in. Click here to link up your Amazon account to channel for free, which gives you access to Prime Gaming. Or you can sign up for a free 30-day trial, or just sign up for Prime here in general, or link a family or friend's account with their permission. But any month you have any type of active Amazon Prime subscription, almost any, you get a free sub to any channel on Twitch every month. So if you sub to me, I really appreciate it. You'll get my charm and everything else. You get free games every month that you get to keep forever. And lastly, you get free game content for a bunch of different games, including Rainbow Siege. There's a 7-day booster. Click here and click get in-game content. I have all my socials here. 2 YouTube channels are here. Big shout out and thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. As always, G Fuel is up to 30% off with code KingGeorge. Open up the page. There's Rainbow Six Black Ice, Blackberry Pear Vanilla G Fuel out now that you can get. Sorry, the collector's box is sold out again. If you scroll down the page, you can get a starter kit, which is a cup with 7 flavors. You pour the pack of the powder in the cup. You add water. I also add ice. Shake it up, and you have energy drink. There's 140 milligrams of caffeine. No sugar, unlike sugar energy drinks. Reusable cups. Tons of delicious flavors choose from. They do collabs like Spider-Man, No Way Home. The Boys, Naruto. Content creators, video games like Siege and Sonic and more. But yeah, check it out. So, and the best part of all is when you buy the tubs, there's 40 servings in a tub, so it's less than $1 per serving. My code does also stack on top of sales. You get Shop Now. There's the collector's box, which is a tub and a cup. Tubs, cans, to-go packs. They have caffeine-free stuff, and this is the sale tab, so you can click that, and my code stacks on top. Corsair and Elgato make the best gear out there. You can check out the new headset, the Corsair HS65 wireless with Sound ID. Just type Exogen headset. Baby Hurricane, they have the Prime sub. But they have a bunch of stuff on sale right now. This is their deals page. So if you want to build a PC or just buy accessories, so they sell basically everything. Keyboard, headset, mouse, mousepad, chairs, monitors, plenty of kits and more. Streaming gear through Elgato, lights, capture cards, cameras, multi-mounts, green screens, microphones, stream decks, everything you need to stream. Or if you have meetings and stuff, work from home. They also basically sell every part for a computer, as well as full pre-built PCs, laptops, monitors, and build kits. They also have an Origin PC if you want a custom-built PC or a custom laptop. And our merch is here. You can click here or type extra merch. Everything from the Fire and Ice collection, hats in black or white, face masks, t-shirts, leather shirts, hoodies, sweatpants in black ice, and the OG merch with the white logo or the black logo. These come in like 20. Socials are here and 2 YouTube channels. I'll toss all this in the chat. Twitter account is right there. I just post on Twitter before I go live. Anything important is on Twitter for myself, for Siege, for Twitch, for YouTube, and I also post a pin my weekly schedule there. Main YouTube channel is there. I have a brand new video up on the main YouTube channel, actually. Go check it out. It's on the new season. I had exclusive access and new content with the new operator. So yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. It's a really good video, and it's a kind of a new format for my channel. So I hope everybody likes it. We'll have more videos coming soon, so get ready. Second YouTube channel, every day at 9 a.m. there's a full game that goes up there. 8:30 there's a YouTube short, and at 8 a.m. there's a Twitch VOD. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, I post little clips from the stream there every day, so go and check it out. Little clips every day there. Public Discord server, and last and final thing, we do have a big giveaway, almost $500 worth of gear from Corsair. It's a almost worldwide giveaway. It includes free shipping. It's a follower giveaway. There's no pay to way to enter, no bonus for being a sub. And unlike all these other giveaways that force you to follow on like every single platform to enter, this giveaway is really easy. You just follow me and Corsair on whatever you want. There's no requirements, but you do get more points for following on more platforms. So like you get like a point for Twitter, a point for Twitch, a point for Instagram. You get the idea. If you're following with 3, you get 3 points. But if you only follow on 1, you only get 1. You get the idea. So yeah. That's about it. If you're new to the stream, follow, turn on notifications, grab my charm if you have not already, free with Prime, and get your free 1-week booster. Check out, G Fuel up to 30% off with the Rainbow Six Black Ice G Fuel, Corsair, Elgato, Origin PC sales, the merch, and of course all the socials and YouTube channels if you want more content. And don't forget to check out my headset, Expedition headset. I did get a new one. It has dual wireless mode, right? So you could use Bluetooth and regular wireless at the same time. So yeah, check it out. But take it easy, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day or night wherever you are.